Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, and we are back with another episode of Magic Knight Rayearth. As you can see, I'm back on the path of finishing up all the shows that I started, but have not yet completed. And it has been, ooh, jeez. I'm recording this in October, and the last time I recorded one of these episodes was all the way back in April. We finished the last episode of season 1 back in April. So, needless to say, I may not remember everything that happened last time. Though I will say, we have what? Fu, Umi, and Hikaru? That doesn't sound right. Hikaru? Am I thinking of Macross now? No, my little note thing. Sorry, not my note thing. I'm not looking at the board, but I still have a folder titled Rayearth Characters where I've got everybody with a picture and a name still. I mean, I still have the board, but the board there hasn't been a point to the board in a long time. Anyway, yeah, I have Fu, which is our green archer. We've got Umi, which is our blue fencer, and according to my note here, Hikaru, which is our red main character who also wields a sword. The oddity of having an archer and then two swordswomen, sorry, makes it a little difficult to reconcile sometimes. Other than that, the main bit of the story that will always stick with me is how it ended, and I think I was calling it right before the end that Zagato wasn't so much the bad guy as a... Sorry, I'm just trying to think how to put this. He was just on the wrong path, but he was also guided by love, right? So, the fact that... Oh, God, what was her name? What was the one who summoned us? The priestess? Or princess? Da 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 da. Princess. Princess Emeru summoned us here to kill her? Basically, I think was the plan. Or her plan. Which I don't even know what Clef's plan was, if Clef was serving her, and I think she summoned them here to kill her, so that Zagato wouldn't kill himself or everybody else in order to try and save her. Again, mid-months. It's been, like about 5 months since the last episode. I think that was the plan. And I mean, God, Alcyone, who just loved Zagato, but Zagato's whole thing was that he was killing everybody in the planet. Do you release Princess Emeru or save Princess Emeru? It's like, where the fuck does that leave her? Anyway, yeah, there was just a lot of layers to characters, right? The world building was not so great in that we kept running into towns and whatnot, but getting like no information on the world other than the, hey, this is a town. We assume you know what a town is. Here's how they interact with this character, or here's how they interact with our heroes, you know? Anyway, I feel like I'm rambling here. My point is that's the bits that I remember from the show, mainly the ending, because the ending was so good and the way the first half of the show presents itself, it is not the kind of show that I feel like would have pulled that ending. So, heavy bonus points for having done that. That was great. Otherwise, I don't remember how I brought up the fact that this is like an isekai. So, yeah, and I love isekai. If you've ever talked to me before outside of all this, I love isekai. Isekai is what got me back into anime after maybe like 10 years of not watching it. Let's see, other than that, I don't think I am missing anything else. I will say the first thing the original thing that got me into this, well, one, besides being a recommendation, I believe, from Fail Fisher. So, technically, this is part of the Fail Fisher rundown that I did the poll for, and which we will be going to Visions of Escaflowne. I just wanted to finish this show first, in much the same way that I just got done watching the Banner of the Stars series. I put in to finish watching that, did that. Now we're getting into finishing watching this. And by the time I'm done this, I might have a show or two left to finish up, and then we'll get into Visions of Escaflowne. If it's still winning, that poll is still running. Anybody can still vote. It's not done until I record something. So yeah, other than that, I guess let's go ahead and see what Chapter 2 has to deal with us. That didn't make any sense. Chapter 2? Let's see what Season 2 has for us.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
I will say one of the biggest things that had me starting to watch the show to begin with was that it had a really cool opening song. This is good. Oh, Alcyon seems... No, that's not her. I thought I saw Alcyon for a second. I'm like, oh, hey, she's back. Nope, that's not her. Zagato is back? With a fairy? Sorry if I sound weird. I pulled the headphone back a little bit so I could hear the opening. Okay. Brand new characters, I guess. And a spaceship. With... What? I guess we are leaning into the magic robots thing. Oh, I guess we're going back to the real world? As the fantasy here? I was told that Season 2 is wildly different from the first series. But it wouldn't be Magic Knight Rayearth if we didn't restart at Tokyo Tower. Or whatever that is. Oh yeah, that guy who barely showed up that often. Yeah, I really like the twist of Emeru summoning them there to kill her. If I ever run a D&D game again, that is something I've got to pull. I can't remember if I did a character ranking for this, but Zagato was number 1. What the hell was Clef's plan, though? I mean, not that he had much of one. He turned to fucking stone through the whole series. The hell is this? She's gonna be an evil version of herself. I mean, it wouldn't make much sense, but it feels like something the show might do. Because what does a mystery character have to do with Princess Emerald holding the world together? Emerald. Emerald? Ah, fuck, I can't remember.
あれは夢じゃない。セフィーロで起こったことは夢じゃないんだ。
Well, no, you got teleported back to the tower at the end of the first season, didn't you? You basically gotta bring the dog back after you killed the fantasy version of him.
あれは誰だ?
I mean, they got a Magic Knight Jest Gem piece.
誰なんだ? 旅立ちと新たな絆.
I mean, I guess that's a thing you gotta do, right? We've saved one world, sort of. So now it's time to threaten other worlds. It's like, the later Ultima games kind of do that. The Guardian shows up to threaten Earth.
Hikaru, ここのところずっと元気ないな。
この前、東京タワーに社会科見学に行ってからずっと。
Guys, are you guys talking into the mic? I can barely hear you.
東京タワーで何かあったのか？
何があったって言うんだ？
東京タワーの土産物屋で土産を買う団体客にはねられたとか。ヒカルがあんまり可愛いから変な奴が声をかけたとか。
That guy from Yu Yu Hakusho? I guess he was a typical street thug in Japanese anime.
ヒカルと親しく付き合いたい奴は俺たち3兄弟を倒した後交換日記から始めてもらうぞ。
All three of you. One of you seems to be the instructor. I didn't hear if she said like Oni-chan or something. But Big Brother implies, well, I guess you can be defensive of your little sister. That doesn't involve anything weird.
ごめんなさい。サトル兄様。
己の迷いは己で立つ。ヒカルがそう決めたのなら最後まで貫けばいい。
Is he the guy in the opening that was on the spaceship wearing green?
ヒカル、俺も心配なんだからな。
マサル兄様。
俺だって可愛いヒカルが心配だ。辛いことがあるなら兄様の胸でお泣き。
かける兄様。
I do enjoy the old anime thing of just making people nekos. Just to make them cute during a scene. Okay, they're all the brothers. They're all just being defensive brothers. Okay. That makes more sense. This would be Umi's house? Blue and pink for salt and pepper. That is weird. Literally, the color stylings are right there themselves. It's black and it's white.
どうしたの？海ちゃん。ママの料理何か失敗してた？ああ、違うの。ママ、ちゃんと美味しいわ。
本当にどうしたんだ、ユミ。最近ずっと元気がないね。
Well, if they got transported back exactly right when they got taken, then she's got a fencing tournament this weekend.
ごめんなさい。ちょっと食欲がないだけ。 具合が悪いのなら一度お医者様に見ていただいた方がいいんじゃないかしら。
本当に大丈夫よ。パパ、ママ、ごめんね、心配かけて。
ひょっとして
Wasn't her
恋
whole
を相手もしてるのかな
wasn't her whole fear thing back in the first season
恋をしたおかげで
about the whole distance between her and her father? Is that am I not remembering that right?
パパったら
朝っぱらからこの万年新婚夫婦は
When they got trapped in like that fear domain thing? I could have sworn that
ロマンチックな悩みじゃないのよ。
yeah, she didn't have a love interest in Safario or whatever it was called, right? I think Fu was the only one that came out of that with a love interest.
行ってまいります。待って、フーさん。
クーお姉様途中まで一緒に行きましょう。
Okay, so Fu and Hikaru both got families, or rather siblings, and Umi's an only child.
お父様お母様がご心配なさってるわ。すみません。謝らなくてもいいのよ。お父様お母様にご心配を。
I guess since
いつも頑張っているあなたですもの。
since Fu and Hikaru have siblings, that's why we didn't get to see their parents.
ねえ、プーさん。その悩みを一緒に分かち合える人はいる？悩みを分か
If
ち
you're
合え
the
る
older
人がいない
sister,
の
why
は
do you call
辛
her
いわ。
Miss Fu?
でも一人じゃないのなら一緒に悩んでその悩みから抜け出す出口を探してくれる人がいるのなら。
The strong wind and the flashing lights makes me think something is happening.
はい。そういえば今朝お母様に
Or
帰り
not.
が遅くなるってお話ししてたのはその人たちに会うため？ええ。今日の放課後東京タワーで会うお約束を。
東京タワー？東京タワーで売っているひよこまんじゅうは美味しいわね。
とりあえずお土産に買ってまいります。
Are we going back and hoping something will happen again?
フーさん。
東京タワーは私たちにとって忘れられない場所ですから。
To be fair, I guess they could summon you from everywhere if they were going to summon you back. And I assume that it's the second season, somebody is getting summoned somewhere. It's a weird spot for a middle show run thing. I just mean because nothing's happened. The face of regret and concern. Middle credits.
ありがとう。マジックナイト。
Yeah, it was a weird journey to get there, but I mean,
エメロード姫。
I think the ending was worth it.
そんな泣きそうな顔しないで。私までまた泣いちゃいそうだわ。
海ちゃん、あんまり眠ってらっしゃらないのでは？顔色が悪いですわ。ふーちゃん、夢に見るんだ。セフィーロでのこと。
I mean, you're having dreams about something. Well, I guess it's nightmares. Nightmares about
こ
something.
の東京タワーから召喚されたセフィーロ、火山、海、空に浮かんだ山、柱であるエメロード姫に支えられた不思議な世界。そこで起こ
Sorry,
っ
that's
た
hard to
戦
look
い。
at.
エメロード姫、セフィーロという世界の柱、その意志の力でセフィーロの平和をたった一人で支えていた。その人を私が この手で
She wanted you to, though.
正義の味方気取りでマジックナイトに
I mean, I guess you could feel guilt for, like, assisted suicide at worst.
エメロード姫の本当の心もわからなかったのに光
And you barely even talked to her the whole journey. It's not even your fault.
わからない世界に召喚されて最初は東京に帰りたいってただそれだけだったけど
For that fencing
で
tournament.
も魔法を使えるようになって成長する武器と防具を手に入れてマシンを蘇らせて自分のすることはきっとエメロード姫やセフィーロのみんなが喜んでくれることだと思ってたまるでテレビゲームのような世界でしたのに
I just realized.
現実だったんです
I don't remember what happened after they killed her.
はっきりと正義と悪とに分かれ
Was
て
the planet fine after that? I was so invested in the story of Zagato and Emerald that I just forgot completely if the planet was fine after the end. Or did they just get sent back?
もう一度セフィーロに行きたいもう一度セフィーロに行って今度こそ柱であるエメロード姫が大切に守っていたあの国のためにできることをしたいこの光はセフィーロに召喚された
Ask and you shall receive, I guess. It's also crazy they made two of them essentially near the same color. I know blue and green aren't that close together color-wise. Well, I guess they are in that they're essential colors, primary colors. But when you show them like that, it's hard to tell. Kind of like we're doing a never-ending story kind of thing, right? This is like when Fantasia gets taken over by the Nothing. And the fish could be Falcor. And are on our way to the Emerald Tower? Was that it?
ということはここはセフィーロそんな地形が全然違うわ海や
I
空
mean,
に浮かんだ山や
it's kind of how it was just before the end of the story.
どこかへ連れて行ってくれるの
You want to be that high up in the air, though, with all those lightning strikes going in the background.
お城
You don't know, by the way. Lightning can come across the horizon. There's gonna be a lightning storm you can't see that will hit you. And I thought that guy was gonna be so much bigger than he actually turned out to be. Like, I thought he was gonna be Clef in disguise the whole time. Turned out to be wrong.
この手触り確かにモコナだわお久しぶりですモコナさんモコナがいるってことはやっぱりここはセフィーロなのか
I mean, despite it looking like shit outside, everyone seems real happy about it.
相変わらずモコナの
It's either that or they're just happy to see them.
ありがとうまたねここがセフィーロだとしたら私たちどうやってここまで来たの
Well, Clef, obviously.
柱である
I would
方だった
think.
はずですのに
Sorry, in my flippancy, I kind of thought they would stop in front of a statue of Clef. Though I'm pretty sure he turned back to normal by the end. Yep, I was right.
異世界の少女たちよ何も知らせぬまま辛い
So that's when I did a backflip broke his neck, saved the day.
すまない。
いいえ、エメロード姫が私たちを召喚したことを知って、あなただって辛かったはずよ、クレフ。
海。
私たちは姫のためにもこのセフィーロのためにも何もできなかった。
それは違う。お前たちにも聞こえただろう。エメロード姫の最後の言葉が。
ありがとう。
I mean, yeah. It wasn't a great ending for you psychologically or maybe for the planet either.
エメロード姫の願いを。
But it was her happy ending.
エメロード姫の願い。
しかし、光る海風、なぜここにいる？エメロード姫の願いを叶え、お前たちは元の世界に戻ったはずだ。
私たちにもわからないんだ。東京タワーの窓の外が突然光って。
エメロード姫に召喚された時と同じ状況でしたわ。
だが、異世界のものを召喚することは柱にしかできない
I
はず。
guess there's a new pillar?
あなたが召喚したんじゃないのね。
私には無理だ。それにそれ
Is
が
the
できるの
new
は
evil person the pillar of the world?
セフィーロにはいない。今、このセフィーロには柱がいないのだから。
That even Seth doesn't know about?
見ただろう、今のセフィーロの姿を。かつての美しかった地平の
Also, if he didn't summon them, how did everything know to expect them?
セフィーロは崩壊、いや消滅し始めているのだ。
消滅。
それだけではない。他国の軍がもうすぐそこまで迫ってきている。
What? If the whole world is collapsing, what do the armies of the other countries care? And also, why are they sci-fi? I mean, I did not expect us to go straight to spaceship, but... Okay, so it wasn't the brother, like I had been guessing. I don't know why I guessed immediately somebody else would be transported over.
柱を失ったセフィーロ。攻めるなら今ですね。
But to what end? Like now or never, destroy the planet? Is that the idea? Yeah, I gotta say, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Invade the place just before it gets destroyed. Well, I mean, I appreciate that they started off in the real world, show us that they had families, I guess. It's an element akin to the first episode of Season 1, where you got to see them at the tower, I guess. At the very least, you showed us the real world to let us know what they were up to, so that when they get transported, that they have regrets for being there, and not regrets, they have priorities in the real world that they want to get back to. And now, we see that they have people back in the real world that care about them, that won't... I don't know if it's so much that they want to get back to, but that will care that they are missing. And support them, I guess. I don't know about Umi's parents, but it's something, at the very least. But now the concern is them reaching out towards the thing that they care about, more so than getting back to the other thing. She's dead.
私
シドを光る。セフィーロが3つの国から狙われている。柱だったエメロード姫がいなくなったからなんだ。私たちセフィーロのために戦おうと決心するんだけど、クレフがその必要はないって。でも私セフィーロのために戦う。マジックナイトレイヤース、セフィーロと3つの国、絶対見てね。
Constantly telling us we have to watch it. Oh, Umi. Let me guess, Umi.
今日はふーちゃん
I still have no luck on this.
当たりましたか？またね。
Alright, yeah, so I guess we're still gonna pull that, kind of like we did the Magic Knights last time. Or, sorry, the Rune Gods. Kind of like we did the Rune Gods last time. It looks like we're doing 3 countries are invading. We have 3 knights. Obviously, we're gonna go on a little journey for each of the knights to do something about each invading country, one by one, and I anticipate, now this is just based on the fact of how Season 1 worked, the same thing is going to happen for each country. We're going to get there, a thing will happen, the answer will be kind of the same way, and then boom. And in the process, I guess we'll meet the big bad, we'll meet the big bad's minions, and then there'll be a subversion factor there, wherein the motivation isn't what you think it will be. Now, the fact that Hikaru had a dream, and the dream is more than Safaro is at risk, implies to me the fact that we're seeing spaceships means that they're going to come to Earth. I don't know. I mean, that would be a cool ploy, put everybody that you care about in the real world at risk. I keep saying the real world. They're very clearly 2 different worlds. Both of them real. But yeah, no, I guess that's the play now, is that we're going to come back to Earth with all of this magic technology. But again, I don't know who the big bad is here. It seems to me that if I was trying to figure all this out, my best guess is the big bad is the new pillar of the world. And you're like, well, why did the pillars summon them here? I don't know. I have no idea. The same way that it turns out Emerald was kind of the villain of the first season, if you think about it. But Emerald's whole wish was to be killed. So it could be another something like that. I don't think they're going to do the same thing for 2 seasons. Also, again, it has been heavily implied that this season is very different from the first season. So all of that shit that I just said could be completely and way wrong. I don't think that I'm completely right on that. I guess at the end of the day, my guesses are more about doubting the writing, and I want to be proven wrong, in that I want the writing to improve beyond that one element that I really did not like that much from Season 1, was the element of they go to the Rune Knights places, and it's the same thing every time. They get locked in the room, a villain attacks, the Rune Knight sees their whatever, and decides, oh, you're worthy, defeats the bad guy, they get the power upgrade, move on to the next temple. It is the repeating cycle of a badly written video game, and if they do something different here, like the facet that there are 3 invading countries, and they have the 3 magic knights, it feels like a setup for just that thing again. And if they subvert it, great. I would appreciate that. I guess the only other thing I really have to talk about that I didn't during, not as much of a fan of the opening of this show, or this season. Maybe it'll work on me, or build on me. Maybe I'll get used to it. But the first one, I don't know. Maybe it's coming off of Nadia to have watched Rayearth, and that Nadia to Rayearth was more of a smoother transition, and that I've kind of had the 5 months between season 1 and season 2 of this to have it fall off on me. I don't know. I'll give it its due. Maybe 5 episodes from now, I'll comment it on again, and we'll see if it's still doing it for me. Otherwise, I guess for now, that's all I got on the first episode of Season 2. So once again, I have been Theta, you've been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?